Oh, hey there, it's Lori Lindsay, and this is today's Love and Light message from Spirit. Today is Sunday, and in the fall, Sunday means football. So, for all of you who haven't experienced me in football season, you're in for a treat. I am a Seattle Seahawks fan. Yes, I live in the upper Midwest, but from the time I was 9 until the time I was, I came back here to Minnesota and went to college, but then I went back out there and taught for a few years before I ultimately ended up here. And for those of you who are young, you don't realize that before cable TV, you could only watch the team that was closest to you. And so that's the team that you fall in love with. Now, I could choose to be, a team in California. And I could watch them because I can pay an ungodly amount to watch my team. And my husband has to pay it too because he's not a Vikings fan. He's a Packer fan. And they don't show all the Packer games here, even though there's probably just as large of a Packer population here as there is a Vikings fan base. I got cards in all different directions here. Oh, nope, there it goes. So I'm going to do a messages from her. I know it kind of doesn't fit, but I'm just feeling like a woman needs to come through. I also want to comment on the fake outrage about some men who are now cheerleaders for the Vikings, and that people are upset about it. And I think it's hilarious because, their original God King, Ronnie Reagan, was a cheerleader in college. So I think it's so funny that they think that, learn some frickin' history, people. It used to be that it was mostly men, or all men, because, us real women, we can't do something like that. We can't participate in sports. So let's see, what message do we have from Spirit today? What woman, what divine feminine wants to come through and give us a message today? Okay, if nothing pops out on this round, the following round we'll take off the bottom. So it gives Spirit a chance to get organized. Look, we got that whole crop off to the side, but it's too many. Okay, this is the one. If nothing pops out, we'll go off the bottom. So what message do we have today, Spirit? Oh, Jane Addams. We've had her before. She's a suffragette during the time when women were, fighting. They weren't given the vote. They fought for the vote. And it has to do with equality. I was just watching a video of another content creator saying, women continue to have different rights. Their rights vary from state to state, but white men, they all have the same rights state to state. So we had to fight for it. And we've only had it for a little over 100 years in this country. And there are people like Couchboy who have said on record that he doesn't really think, married women should vote. They should just, give that vote to their husband. Now, I would totally trust my husband because Mr. Lori Lindsay is just as much as a liberal as I am. But there's no way. I am a person. I am a contributing member of society. I pay taxes. I did a service occupation for 30 years for the state as an educator in my community. I'm not giving up my sovereignty. Don't give up your sovereignty, women. You may not like certain things, and I'm talking to the ladies on the other side. You might not like the option to have babies taken away. And I'm not meaning, physically taken away. I'm saying when women are pregnant and they're having complications and their life is at stake, and so they take the baby away from inside of her. I can't use the word, but it begins with an A. You may not agree that that should be legal, but I'm sitting here before you as someone who benefited from Roe v. Wade. I would be dead today If it didn't kill me the first time, it would have killed me the second time. My husband had to drive me halfway across the state of Wisconsin to get care in Minnesota, because Wisconsin, though it was legal, they were not willing to perform any life-saving surgeries for me in the town that I was in. And we were on vacation. And they wanted to send me all the way to Duluth, which was a few hours away, or all the way down to Eau Claire, again, a few hours away. Neither one of those places were in network for me. So my husband drove me back across the state to get to Minnesota to save my life and to go to the doctor who knew I needed a life-saving procedure. He did that twice for me in a period of a couple years. So equality. We need to continue to fight for equality. And Jane Addams, look her up. Look her up. So we've gotten this card before, and I kept calling her the First Lady Addams, which is Abigail. Never look down on those with less than you. The poverty that others experience isn't about them, but rather highlighted our societal and political systems, that they are designed to keep the poor people poor. Break down your injustices and discomfort around those who exist in poverty. So when I went to read it, Spirit immediately said, go to the alternative meeting, which has to do with poverty. And that's another soapbox I could get on about poverty. We shouldn't have poverty in this country. We have food rotting in the fields or rotting on docks or rotting in storage. But heaven forbid we give it to somebody in need. Equality. So with that, bring in the calmness of the universe and release when ready. And if you hear the door, that's Mr. Lori Lindsay saying, we need to get going. So it'll be a great day. We both play at 3 o'clock. I'll be watching it on my tablet. Love and light.